Hello everyone, my name is L'Oreal Anderson. I am an art teacher at Upper Moreland High School in Willow Grove, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my action research project. Like I said, I teach art, and one of the things that I run into as an issue in my general art classroom is that I will introduce an assignment and students will be really excited about it at first, but as time goes on, as they run into challenges, they lose they just are less productive, they're working on it less, they are less engaged in the process. And so I wanted to find a way to keep them engaged more deeply throughout the whole process rather than having a really heavy engagement up front and then it really tailing off as the project progresses. And so one of the ways that I decided to do that was through the use of reflective journals. Research shows that critical thinking and making connections and having the time to actually sit and reflect about what they have been learning is really helpful for them to make meaning and engage more deeply in the process. And so I thought I would introduce that more throughout the project to kind of keep that critical thinking and deep reflection aspect involved throughout the whole process. So I designed 5 journals that they responded to throughout the course of 4 weeks. The first one, they were evaluating and thinking critically about art history, self-portraits in art history, and then kind of thinking about the choices that those artists made that helped their self-portrait be successful. Then I had them reflect on what they had been learning about using pastels as a medium and how to draw faces after we did a lesson on those things. So I had them make solidify what they had learned that day by writing it in a journal. The third one, they were telling me about their plan for executing their self-portrait. So thinking critically about what are the aspects of themselves that they want to represent and how are they going to make artistic choices that are going to help capture those things in their self-portrait. The fourth journal was one of my favorites as they were running into issues throughout the course of the project, just kind of struggling, feeling disappointed with the challenges that they were facing. I had them stop and take time to reflect on a time in their life when they had previously struggled to learn something new, because pastels was a new medium for them, and asked them to think about what helped them actually overcome those challenges and make connections to the pastel project that they're working on right now. And then the fifth reflection that they've done so far was a reflection on feedback that was given by their peers in an in-progress critique, and then what changes that they were going to make specifically to their project as a result of the feedback that they received. So I evaluated all of my students based on these journals, as well as observing them in the classroom, talking to them throughout the days, asking them questions about how they're doing and what they're thinking. And so overall, I determined that while the journals did help majority of the students think critically and be more engaged throughout the process, because it was giving them opportunity to actually stop and sit and think and not just say, keep going, keep going, keep going, and it gave them time to really process a little bit more. And so while I think the majority of the students it really helped, there were several students in my class who did not use them to their advantage, and they really didn't take them seriously at all. And these were the same students who I have the most problem engaging in general with. And so I give them the journal assignments, and they would write a sentence and like not answer the question that I asked really. And so I think with those students, the journal is something that I need to maybe build more time even guiding them on how to reflect well and helping them stay a little more focused. Because some of these students are exhibiting qualities of ADHD, and they just need a little bit more guidance, I think, to really be successful with the journals. So overall, I was generally very pleased with the outcome of the journals, and I plan on continuing to incorporate it into my classroom more regularly. And I think next year, as I am starting out the year with this class again, I want to build into the beginning of the year time to really teach them how to reflect well, so that these are not just, I give them a writing prompt and they sit down and they don't really know how to approach the writing prompt. I do think the students' writing ability also is something that plays in as a factor in these journals, so I think I want to incorporate more verbal reflection as well as written reflection. Anyway, that's a really brief summary of what my project was all about. I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe can take something away for your own classroom as well. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.